I think it's probably, going back, it was more important than maybe it is today. The professional era and the Aussie teams and that sort of thing, whereas going back 50 years ago, you had your club football, you had your representative football, and then the top goal was to be in the Kiwi team. Whereas I think today a lot of it's concentrated around the actual teams in Aussie and of course the Warriors here. Yes, that's right. But I played about three years in Canterbury football, and then went down to Dunedin. I was transferred down there, and played the Otago team. And the rest just happened from there on in. Well, we always had the North-South game, and that was a leader to the Kiwi team. Normally picked after the North-South game, and I can remember Laurie Blanchard ringing me up on a Friday night and saying that would I be available for the South Island team, and one of the criteria was that if you were picked, that you would tour. So I had an inkling that I was on the fringes anyway, but never really come to my mind that I would get selected. I used to have those schools, and yes, we'd come down there a couple of times a year, I suppose, run these coaching schools and that sort of thing. But yes, I think he was instrumental in getting all these other provinces, and I think to be selected that particular year would be because they were looking outside of Coast, Auckland mainly, and Canterbury, and getting the other areas going. And I think that's one of the reasons I got selected, because they look further afield than just in the main centre. Well, I was a good tackler, but I think I could play in quite a few positions. I've played in the centres and also halfback and standoff. So I was versatile in those areas. And although not being an absolute brilliant player, I would never let a team down or anything like that. I think could stand up against the best. I preferred halfback or standoff. Those are the two I preferred. Certainly halfback. Well, I played in Canterbury against Auckland and that sort of thing, So it wasn't quite an unknown or anything like that. I had played, in that type before. Well, I would prefer the style that they're playing today, really, because it's more free and that type of thing, really, because you never get the ball unless somebody dropped it or a forward pass or something like that, and you can do 3 or 4 minutes, or even 5 minutes without the ball, just chasing the other players around. Well, I think when I went down there, I think the main reason is to have these players fit, really fit to their pre-season training and that sort of thing. And then I just brought in plays that were played in Christchurch, Damaris, and things like that, just adapted those lines. Oh, just doubling around, bringing the fullback in, that type of thing. Nothing major, but just a bit of variation. Well, I was a bit amazed, of course, and No, I think, just amazement really of getting in the team. No, I was thinking about the family as well, and about the job I had and that sort of thing, because when I had to get time off, the tours were 2.5 months, so it's quite a leave of absence really. Those things came into consideration as well.
Pretty much.
There's only something like maybe 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. Well, it was really weekly. I think we got £12. £8 went back to your wife and family, and £4. Yes, but they actually measured you up on the coast the following morning. Measured you up for your blazer and all that sort of thing, and then you fit out when you got to Auckland before you went away.
He
No,
just went with the manager.
Hotel,
yeah.
But roomed on his own. But he was very much part of the team, really. I think they bonded pretty well, really. I'd heard stories about cliques and that sort of thing, but it didn't seem to apply with that particular team.
Yeah.
He's a very strong individual, and set a great example on and off the field. And a real tough guy on the field, although he had leg problems and all that sort of thing, he just kept playing his heart out. No, it was probably about about 6 or 8 games, and I suppose broke the collarbone. So probably out for about another 4 weeks. I just really got sort of sandwiched in between two guys. It was just a tackle really, and probably just where I fell on my shoulder. Shocking. You just, although you're part of the team, you're really not in it. Match day, matches, can't get involved much. It's just terrible. Not a huge amount of sightseeing, but we did. Most days were taken up by training in the morning, and the afternoons were free, so you could do what you wanted to do. Then some would go off or go visiting or something like that. But there was always something to keep you occupied.
Points?
One only.
Who was that against?
Yeah. I think it was Bradford, I think.
Can you remember how it occurred?
The ball was kicked through, and the guy just bent and it just dropped him. I just fell on it with just on the spot at the right time. That's all.
You would have come
Yeah,
up
very
against.
forward dominated. Yes, they were. Pretty rugged sort of individuals.
And
Mixing with these other players and seeing how they trained and fitness level and that type of thing. Certainly gave me more thought afterwards. Well, I think just being able to play again after I broke my collarbone and being a part of that team. Well, they were tough, but not in a dirty way. We sometimes hear about, but they played hard. But it wasn't dirty. Good football. Well, you would have we struck that in England too, but sometimes it's adapting to the way they see the rules. But I don't know. Sometimes the decisions go for you, sometimes they go against you, and it works out. Yes, we've got the priest training college out there. The Targa team played a 13 out there, and I just fractured the kneecap. So I wasn't. So then I got transferred to Auckland, and I didn't play up here. I wasn't going to play until I got approached by the Marist Club, and after all the soul searching and that sort of thing, I said yes. And then and that season I only lasted 4 games, and I broke my leg. I'm a vegetarian, but I enjoyed my time at Otago and Dunedin. Those, some really good times. And when we were down there, we didn't know solve it. People were extremely friendly and helpful. I just think these guys are super fit and great talent, and it's just a joy to watch, really, the Warriors and all the other teams as well. And seeing New Zealand being so good in the 4 Nations in the last couple of years, it's just been standing up there. Well, I think the thing that gets me today is the tries that the wingers score, and they can go completely high and put the ball down when they're virtually out of play. And I was just watching one of the English clubs sides play, and this guy scored this miraculous try. I just don't know how he did it. They certainly score some wonderful tries.
Certainly athletic anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks very much for your time.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.